Hi, Chloe. I think I figured out what you were trying to ask me before. I believe that if I'm interpreting the question correctly, the 25 pi, I think, stands for the circumference. And I think it's asking you for the arc length, which means like basically what fraction of the circumference do you want? And so I saw what you did. You did 910 pi over 360 because you're trying to take like a fraction of 360. But what you really want to do, because this has a pi in it, instead of 360, you want to call that 2 pi. So I'm not going to ask you this on a test because pi, this is talking about radians. So this is a slightly more complicated version of what you would need to know, but the concept is the same. So basically, you have 9/10 pi out of a possible 2 pi instead of 360. 2 pi and 360 are equivalent, but these are on the same terms. So what you want to do is do 9/10 pi divided by 2 pi, but just know that's really like 2 over 1. You have a fraction divided by a fraction. And then you can think about the pi's like canceling, right? Because pi over pi cancels out. And you're taking that fraction of the circumference, which is 25 pi over 1. So I hope that makes sense so far. You're taking a fraction of the circumference to find the arc length. So I think your mistake was having the 360 and not the 2 pi. So now we just have to do a little bit of keep, change, flip. I have 9/10 divided by 2 over 1. That's really 9 over 10 times 1 over 2. That's how I divide fractions, right? And so that's really 9 over 20. And I have 9 over 20 times 25 pi over 1. Okay, now if I just simplify, right, I can cross simplify. Like I can divide 5 into 25 and that gives me a 5. 5 into 20 gives me a 4. And if I multiply across, this is how I'm getting my 45 pi over 4, which is, I believe, the correct answer to this question. So you are completely on the right track. The arc length is a fraction of the circumference. And if you're given pi, you want to use 2 pi instead of 360. If you were given degrees, right? Like if you had a question that had, I don't know, like 40 degrees, then you would do 40 degrees over 360 degrees. So just keep your units consistent, but you're doing a great job. So I hope that helps, and please let me know if you have more questions.